My first time going back home as a college student. It's gonna be a long night. My goal is to be on the road by 11:30 at the latest. Hopefully nothing jumps out of this trash can.
What's up to all the ladies in preview?
She moved out of state and shit that went left. She's seeking forgiveness. She want a loan and start up a business. Her daddy is not around.
So I'm currently on campus, walking to my last class of the day at the microbiology lab. We're starting earlier today, which is normal for us in our class. So it starts at 6:30 and she can keep us as late as 8:30. I'm gonna try to leave campus by 9, but I also realized I have a test to take, so we will see. And it's actually a very early midterm, which is kind of confusing, but it is what it is. So as soon as that's done and my bags are packed, I am gonna get on the road and head to Dallas because it was cheaper to fly out of Dallas than Houston. The amount of money I'm spending on gas to Dallas is way less than I would have to spend to fly out of Houston. Just to be like brutally honest, I love to fly out of Dallas regardless, because when I first thought about moving to Texas, I always thought it was going to be Dallas. I really wasn't considering Houston. So every time I get the opportunity to go to Dallas, I like to do it. Also, my sister, my oldest sister from my dad, she lives in the DFW area. My mom only has the two of us and my dad has my oldest sister as well. She never lived in the same household with us growing up until I was in like 5th grade. So I never really had the in-house big sister bond with her, and she's more introverted, and I would say I'm more extroverted in an introverted way. Every time I get to see her, it's a blessing. This is making me emotional. I have to admit, like, poor planning is like a big reason on why sometimes I don't always get to see her on my end. It's just every time I can be intentional with forming our relationship, I do, and I want to get closer to her, but the person has to be receptive to that. And not to say that she's not, because we're great. When we see each other, it's like we catch up from wherever we left off. It's nothing like that. It just really reminds me of my mother's relationship with her little sister. They have different mothers but the same father, another correlation. Also, my aunt didn't live in the same state as my mother for many years. Like, they grew up, maybe they're 9 years apart as well. Me and my sister are 9 years apart, and sometimes 10 years apart depending on where we are in the month. Direct correlation to their relationship as well. My sister at one point moved with her mother. I want to say they went to Arkansas, and then she moved to Kansas City, and I almost didn't see my sister for like a year. She was like the coolest thing to me growing up. That was our Tay. She would come over and jump on the trampoline. Like, I remember these childhood memories. I'll try to find a picture if I can. My mother and her sister, they didn't get closer till they were older. My mom told me that she went on a cruise with her sister. My auntie Jay, who's in Houston with us, invited her, and that's when they really developed their sisterhood into a friendship. That's really something I'm seeking. I just have to be more diligent and prayerful about it, and I just want to encourage you, if there's any relationships in your life that you would like to grow closer or heal or anything like that, just be in constant prayer about it. And I'll talk a little bit later in a different video about that as well. I know some people, their relationships with their children were rocky. I know one who's still going through it, but the other, the Lord has totally changed her son's heart, and they are back speaking again, and it's no bad blood. And God is a redeeming God, and he can definitely turn some things around, relationship wise, family, friends, all of it. I would like to say that if you want to watch another video of me in Dallas, you can watch here. At one point I was definitely thinking about moving to Dallas and not even doing college, but as you can see, that has changed, and you can learn more about that in this video. All right, so I just got out of biology class and I realized, please don't be a cat. There is lots of cats on campus. Yep, I think I can go around. I'm not an animal person at all. So the on-campus cats, I'm going to do a whole video about things that are just so PV. One of the things that are just so PV are the stray cats. There is a lot of stray cats and a lot of wildlife on this campus. We are an agricultural mechanical university. You know, it's kind of hand in hand. Also, I would like to say that Prairie View's mascot is the Panthers, the PV Panthers. So I didn't understand why they didn't call animal control on these cats at first, but then someone explained to me it's like our little mascot. Like, our mascot is a big panther, and we have all these supporting roles of little cats, little panthers around campus. So I get that, but I'm not an animal person. I can learn to like a dog. My best friend has a dog, Walter, as we call him. His real name's Kilo, but when he gets groomed, he looks like a little English pup, and we call him Walter. I finished my microbiology lab. I did not get to pick my schedule for semester. They picked it for me. I had 2 online classes, 3 in-person classes. One of the classes was a late night Friday biology class. We had lecture from like a 4 to 5:30. Then we got out, and me and my friend Andreá would go to the MSC for dinner, and then we had like lab from 7:30 to 8:50 or something like that. That is why I'm getting out of class and it's dark. Now that I get to pick my own schedule, I don't do late night Friday classes, and I try to avoid Friday classes altogether. If I can't avoid Friday classes, all the Friday classes need to be before 12. And so now I'm walking to my apartment. I'm going home. I forgot I had a midterm to take. It's 50 questions with a 2-hour allotment. I'm gonna go home, take that, do the homework. I'm gonna try to get out of campus by 10:30, no later. But again, it depends on how long this test takes me. I'm gonna make some food because I don't really have a real dinner. I have lots of sandwich meat, so I think it'll probably be a sandwich, some chips. I got a 90 out of 100 on my midterm, which I consider pretty good. That's an A, especially, mind you, the fact I do not have the textbook for the class. I really don't want to buy one. It's like $100. I did a development class last semester at my trade school. The credits didn't transfer, so I'm gonna see if I can just use that book because I really don't want to buy a new one. And I didn't want to have my mom ship it down here just yet, and I have an A in the class without the book, which has been hard. Now I'm just packing up and putting away clothes. My goal is to be on the road by 11:30 at the latest, which would put me there super duper late or early depending on your perspective. But I'm just gonna play some music and get this process started. I'm gonna go take the trash out. Been a few hours, but it felt like days. Hopefully nothing jumps out of this trash can, and if it does, God help me. It's gonna be a long night. To that wildlife, y'all. There were raccoons in the trash can, sometimes skunks near the trash can, and like those big vulture birds. Only been days, but it felt like I had a little bottle of Coca-Cola. Didn't really get that much sleep this morning, and I knew it was gonna be an early night, so I'll probably stop at a Buc-ee's on the way to Dallas and get a coffee or something because I need to stop there anyway because my family really love those Buc-ee sandwiches. So I'm gonna get some of those for them. So much to do. Hopefully I can get out of town by 12. It's gonna get dangerously close, but we'll see. So I am finally all packed up, you guys. I'm not supposed to get there till 3:45, and that's if I don't stop. And of course I'll have to stop for gas. It's taking me a route that I've never been before in the middle of the night, which I really don't love, but I don't really have any other option. We're supposed to be leaving to go to the airport at 3:50, and I'm gonna make it there at 3:48, and that's if I don't stop. So I'm gonna be late either way. Another thing that complicates this trip. 1, I left late. 2, I finally got on the road, and one of the most important things I was supposed to do while I was home was get my taxes done. I had left some important tax documents in my dorm that I needed to take back to Kansas with me, and there was no workaround. I literally got 45 minutes en route and had to turn all the way back home and get the documents because I realized that I had forgot them. That was a no bueno. I was already there, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna shower while I'm in my dorm so that way I don't have to deal with it when I get to Dallas. My original plan was to spend the night in Dallas, get up in the morning and have a ride to the airport with my mom's friend and not have to pay for airport parking. That did not work out once I got out of class late. I had the midterm to take, I showered, and I also forgot tax documents. That's why I said I was supposed to get there at 3:48 and we're gonna leave at 3:50. Ended up just having to book it to the airport. And if you have ever drove from Prairie View to Dallas, it takes you the back way for a while, and I had never been that back way. When you leave from Prairie View, it is a different type of road. It's definitely back roads. It's not even 290, y'all. You got to go by Brenham and all those itty bitty towns that have itty bitty Brookshire brothers in them until you get to Buc-ee's in Madisonville. No light ones. Life move fast when you do what you want. At this time, doing what I want. Hope you doing what you want. Clearly made it to the airport on time. I don't know what I would have done if I would have missed my flight. Probably cried. And I had a doctor's appointment back home in Kansas that I had to go to. I went and got that taken care of. I didn't realize it at the time, but as my flight got closer, it was going to be my best friend's birthday the day I arrived back home. So we got to celebrate her 20th birthday together. We went to a basketball game for her school, which is my tech school's alma mater. I went to Washburn Tech. That's Washburn University. I was definitely going to go to Washburn at one point, but that's just not how life shook out for me. Sorry, I am feeling a little under the weather. We had a great time at her birthday. I miss her bachelorette pad, as we called it. We had so much fun there. And there's a whole host of videos that are soon to drop. Just hang on with me from summer of 2024. Cutie pie here is Mellow. He is so cute. I call him a little army arm. I love his name. I call him Armor because that's the baby name that was his baby name. It's Armor, like ARMOUR, armor, like put on the full armor of God. I might steal it. I'm not gonna lie. I love that name. You know, the breastplate of righteousness, like back from VBS days. And I didn't know that everybody don't know what VBS is. Vacation Bible School. I think a lot of churches do that. I think that's common. I don't think that's just a Midwest thing. Vacation Bible School, VBS. My little army arm is my graduation baby. He's like my little measure of life every time I see him. He was born in 2022 in May. I graduated on a Sunday. I believe he was born that Monday. This was the measure of when I actually became an adult. He'll be 3 in May. So I'm almost 3 years removed from high school graduation day. He is the little cutest and he looks so much like his older sister. It is ridiculous. He has these long fluffy eyelashes and it just makes me smile every time I see him.
Let me get the cake and on me. Okay, hold on. 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brooklyn. Happy birthday to you. On many more on Channel 4 on Scooby. Okay.
She's too scary. My old friend like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she's too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime,
you can see my other friend Aiden in the back. He's also in the Taco Tuesday video, which I'll add a card right here. That vlog was so much fun. That is our friend group to a T in our most real, natural state. Honestly, that is the first time I saw him since I told him I was going to go to college, November of 2023. And I finally saw him in February of 2024. So it had been a while. Good to see my friends. Me and Brooklyn have gone through a lot together. You wouldn't even imagine. We've been in the hospital. We've been in the trenches. We've been in church. We've been places we had no business being. Today is Wednesday, January 29th. She's about to have another birthday. I'm going to try to come back for that. Like, we are normally always together on our birthdays since we've known each other. She's about to have her 21st. I can't wait to see what's in store for it. We're already making plans for it, but big 21, 21, 21. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and I love y'all. Stay tuned for more episodes of the College Diaries.